Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Packer Universe podcast, aka the Pup List. This is the first takeaway with Tay and Ren. We just watched the Lions beat up on the Green Bay Packers at home on our own turf, 24-14, lost by 10 points. That looks respectable, but don't get us wrong here. That was not the case. The Packers played an atrocious game. Maybe the Packers are trying to start a new trend where they lose the game before the bye instead of losing the game after the bye. So maybe we're just getting this out of the way right away. But this could be a game, Ren, where you have to find the good things. Like you try to find the good things in the game because everything else was just bad. But ultimately, the Packers were not able to get out of their own way today, continuing with drive-killing penalties. Can't get the defense off of the field. Dropped passes, bad decisions by Love, poor play execution, poor play calling. The Lions are good. The Lions were good today, clearly better than the Packers team that we saw and to this point. So bad day at the office for the Packers, Ren. Too many mistakes, just bad. So lay it on me. Let's get that first take.
Yeah, I mean, trying to find somebody you want to give a game ball to, Tay. Josh Jacobs in the first half. He was like, he had like 100 total yards of offense. The Packers in the first half led by just about every metric you could look at, Tay, including penalty yards. But then, they had the branch drive. That was like the only thing the Lions did wrong in that first half. But
which they couldn't capitalize on that one.
Yeah, 0 points because that was the missed field goal drive. But going backwards, not just backwards, but just talking about this over and over week to week. Jordan Love, I'm getting sick of the not protecting the ball stuff, Tay. It's starting to irritate me a little bit because that throw, he's moving to his right. He's going back across his body. He sees Jacobs there. He's going to try to float it over when he's not in perfect health. Don't
wet ball
across your body. There's no excuse for that ball. Throw it out of bounds. And we watched him almost do it late in the game again.
Yeah,
dude. Throw it out of bounds. I'm yelling, dude, no. Stop doing that crap, Jordan. Stop it.
It's embarrassing. It was embarrassing to see that again.
He just, in the penalties, I mean, just crazy. You get not a gift, because it was a bad play on Branch's part. It wasn't deliberate, and they explain later in the game why he's still ejected. Because he could have pulled up from the game. That was Dan Blandino's explanation.
I agree with that.
But Tay, after that interception, obviously, we were going to go in the half at what worst? 10-3, and they were kind of burning, using the timeouts as the Lions are going to score right before that. I'm like, I don't know if I like this force. Let's just go into the half. 10-3, it's fine. That thing changed the complete direction, momentum of the entire game. They get that. The Packers are kind of like, woe is me. The Lions come out. They get the ball first to start the second half. They just put together a great drive and shove it down their throat. It's 24-3. I literally said out loud, ball game. Done. Yeah. It was ball game day. You could just see they were defeated and nothing really seemed to work there forward. And again, these guys, I understand it's a wet day, but I think so. Jordan Love had receivers drop more passes than Jared Goff had incompletions. a whole forward take. I mean, it seemed like the Lions were more prepared for the weather today when they haven't played outside all year than the Packers were. That's the way it looked to me. Yeah. And I guess, the game ball kudos, that goes to Jared Goff. I mean, the guy is just Mr. Efficient. I mean, it was like 18 of 22 for 185. Obviously, no turnover worthy plays. He just completes the passes he needs to. They get a few big plays, and they win big because the defense for them lately has been getting timely turnovers as well that lead to points. And they're complete. The only thing I thought they did stupid was that stupid trick play at the end. Like, you're up big. Why even trying stupid crap like that? I don't know. It was dumb. Tom Brady's right. Don't be doing that there. Just run the ball a couple times and go home. But Yeah, it's hard to. I think the Packers came out. I mean, I saw Jordan a little gimpy. I saw Josh Jacobs a little gimpy. I didn't know of any other injuries per se. So I guess if there's one highlight here today, Tay, maybe they came out fairly clean going into the bye so they can get healthy to come back and kick the Chicago Bears' ass. That's it.
I hope so. I hope so, Ren. I mean, when you look at this game, do you think that putting Malik Willis in could have helped anything? I doubt it. They had their back against the walls, shooting themselves in their own foot. I don't know. They just couldn't do it. The Lions executed everything they wanted to do. The Packers could not. It was just a one-sided game. They got blown out. They got outplayed, outmatched, outcoached this game. They looked mediocre, as Aaron Rodgers used to say, piss poor. They looked bad. Nixon was bad, and you couldn't get pass rush until like the second half, and you couldn't get a
tackle
fourth
David
down.
Montgomery?
You couldn't get you
Like,
couldn't tackle.
God,
It was terrible.
Late when they needed to stop just to maybe score one more time. David Montgomery's just like, try to tackle me. They couldn't. Tackle.
Yeah.
The
defense
overall was pretty bad today.
Yep. Yeah, and not again, trying to find something good was difficult. I mean, Josh Jacobs was, you're right, the bright spot. He had those like 9-10 yard runs. Those are great. Love that. Yeah. But the Packers could not supplement that with anything on offense. The drop balls, the misplaced passes to be in bad position that the wide receiver would drop the ball. All that stuff is just terrible. So, you know what? Go into the bye week, try to figure this out. It's possible. I mean, right now, this team, again, they coming into this week, I kind of said it in the last podcast with our Lion friends, that we see the potential in the Packers here, but it's hard to be all in and say, oh yeah, they're going to produce like we exactly how we think they are. The Lions, that's proof of it. Like, that is the example, right? Like, they go out there, finish games, play well, execute, even in bad weather, doesn't care. They don't care. It doesn't matter. That's the difference between the Packers and the Lions. The Packers just cannot get anything like together, a cohesiveness, and be a team that they needed to prove to the league that they're relevant and they could match the Lions later in the season. Right now, yes, we're halfway through the season, respectively, but this is a turning point. This is like, are you guys going to do it like last year? Turn this around and make something of this. Go for a run and compete, or just be mediocre and just we can't do much here. Yeah, we got potential, but we're not doing much with it. So this is a crucial point, I think, and this bye week is huge. Are they going to do it? I don't know. After watching this game, I don't know. It's one of these shrug moments where you're like, who knows? Who knows? So
yeah, they've done it for parts of games, Tay. They have.
Yeah.
They've shown that, and they have all the talent to be that. The defense is improved. Today was hopefully just one of those, hey, this is what we didn't do right, and we're gonna get it fixed kind of things. But they need to put together like the Lions are doing. The Lions are putting together start to finish wins in all categories. The Packers have yet to do that. The Packers have a lot of talent. They're a good team. They're well coached most of the time from an offense perspective, and we're still kind of watching the defense become its thing. But yeah, they need to go out there and show us that Packer Universe and everybody else that they belong. Are they a playoff team? Probably. Are they a team that's going to compete for a Super Bowl at this point? We're like, not so sure about that. We got to see more. We got to see more first. Yeah.
Even after that embarrassing pick six by Jordan Love, you still went into the half. You were down 17-3 or whatever it was. It was still, at that point, it was still salvageable. You could still win this game if you got all your ducks in a row, figured this out, quit making mistakes. The penalties just killed you. And so anyway, my point is that yes, it was salvageable going into the second half, even with the Lions starting with the ball. You could do this, but clearly they're not as good as the Lions, even in bad weather. It wasn't going to happen for them. So that's the difference they need to make in going into the future. And playoff team for sure. Super Bowl team, not right now. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Ren. I don't have much to say. I mean, there's not much to say. I mean, we could go down the list of all these, minute details of the offense and defense, but you all saw it. We all saw this. We don't need to pound it out. They were just bad today.
They were.
Do we? What's coming up with us for this week? Anything? Normal episode?
We might have a guest. We're waiting confirmation on said guest, and
okay, cool.
Packer Universe, stay tuned. And if we have said guest, pretty exciting guest. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, awesome. Well, I want to give a shout out. Thank you everyone for subscribing, listening to the podcast, following us on YouTube, subscribing there, and following us on socials. So keep it up. We appreciate it very much. And head over to our website. You can check us out there, PackerUniverse.com. Well, thanks for joining me, Ren, on this gloomy, wet Packers loss day.
I'd say it's my pleasure, but I don't know after an L to say that, Tay. So, until our regular episode this Wednesday, Tay, on the pup list.
All right, man. Good job.
You too.